Hey guys, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. We just took care of a couple side quest things here at the Lumpy Pumpkin. We finished up our pumpkin carrying quest we had to do, as well as a couple more gratitude crystals. And while I'm thinking about it, let's make sure we equip that shield. It looked kind of weird without anything back there. So yeah, there's our upgraded wooden shield we're going to be using for the next region. And we've taken care of pretty much all the side stuff that we need to worry about, so our next stop is going to be into the brand new yellow column of light we've created. Let's go. Alright, we've made it here. Let's go ahead and drop and investigate the new area on the surface. A report, Master Link. We've arrived at Lanayru Mine. This arid region was transformed into a desert over the course of several hundred years. Oh, and we get our map, and we remember this. Looks like we're running out of new places, but once again, we're gonna zoom, 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 and, well, kind of rotate. We don't really change much, but there you go. It made the sound, at least. My projections show that Zelda must have traveled through this area. Oh, alright, well, short and sweet and to the point. That's the way I like it. So, of course, looks like Zelda is, well, that way. That's pretty much the only way we can go, so it's not really much help. But we got kind of this whole little area to explore here starting out. There's not too much, but a couple things to take note of. I guess we can tag this bird statue. Again, I don't think we really need to, but just want to make sure, because we will be coming back down here at this point again, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, this is pretty much the desert region, if you couldn't tell. You know, every Zelda game's got to have one, so I guess this is the answer to the Gerudo Desert. We got these piles of rocks, and if we want, we can bomb them. Sometimes they have stuff inside, sometimes they don't. And you can see a pretty obvious gratitude crystal, goddess cube right over here. Let's go ahead and grab that. Just before the bomb explodes. That's kind of cool. Alright, so yeah, you can see they usually just have rupees inside. It's usually nothing too special. Oftentimes I don't even bother wasting the bombs on them unless they're required to blow up. So once you get back here, there are normally a couple bugs back here on the side, but I think I might have scared them off. There's actually a couple of sand cicadas around, so those, you can find them in a few places around the region. The description says no bugs are harder to catch, but I guess my bomb or something must have scared them off, so don't worry, we'll be seeing plenty of them. We also have some of these things kind of around here. We can talk. And nothing. So her estimates indicate this object's been broken for many years, unable to analyze the content of its speech, of course. So yeah, those things will come into play later, but for now they're just kind of artifacts of a long-lost time, you know. Alright, so that's pretty much all there is to do here. Let's go ahead and adventure forward a little bit. You can see we got these kind of tracks here. We'll see what those are for in a bit. In fact, we might see them very soon here. Let's go ahead and dig out these keys. There we go. And we can push this kind of minecart thing forward. Yeah, we're going to be dealing a lot with these in this area. So this one's pretty straightforward. You basically just push it until it falls into the pit here, because we're going to have to use it to get out on the other side. So we drop down and then pull it along the way here. I don't know, this one, it takes a little while for such a simple puzzle, but... oh yeah, yellow chews, you want to watch out for these things. They're annoying because they have these electric attacks, and if you try to hit them with your sword while they're doing that, they will electrocute you and you'll take damage. The yellow chews are pretty much the most annoying out of the entire chew family. So we're going to be seeing a lot of those in this place, so you better get used to them. Alright, so let's continue on here. We're going to get introduced to a new mechanic here in a bit, but for now we can... Whoa, okay, yeah, that was dangerously close. I'm really surprised I didn't get hit there. Right, so just make sure you're safe before you hit them. It can be very, very easy to hit them while they're charged, so... again, I hate the yellow chews. They're probably one of my least favorite enemies in this game. So we can pull this minecart out for now. It doesn't really seem to do a whole lot because the track just kind of ends here, but we'll get back to that in a bit. And if we want, we can bomb these. I mean, there's bomb flowers nearby. Just make sure you get out of here, because pretty much everything will blow up back here. So usually the bomb blows up the bomb flowers as well. It's easy to get hit if you're standing nearby. Alright, so let's head into the big open room here. We're going to get a little introduction. We got some kind of big purplish, bluish crystal here in the middle. And yeah, no real explanation yet. But I guess we could go up and hit it with a sword, but I'm feeling lazy, so let's just shoot it. Wow, isn't that kind of cool? Yeah, I think, whoa, that was weird. I'm surprised Fi actually isn't explaining that to us right now. She usually does, but either way, this thing is called a time shift stone, and you're going to be seeing these things all over the Lanayru Desert region. They're really cool, actually. This is one of my favorite mechanics in the game. Kind of brings everything to life around it, and Fi will explain later, but they actually take us pretty much 1,000 years in the past, so hence time shift stone. It also activates these little guys. We can talk to them. Where did you come from? Zzz. We're here collecting time shift stones and transporting them to the Lanayru mining facility. Stay away from the blue stones, Zerp. They're too dangerous for humans. Oh, cool. I'm able to confirm that a time shift has occurred within this space. I guess talking to him triggered her to come out. So any impact to the blue stones creates a sustained temporal disruption field. Technobabble much there. And the area is now in a past time state. So yeah, pretty much anytime you see these things, you know, it's pretty much been explained already, but it'll activate various mechanisms around the place, and we'll do a couple other things that we'll come across later, but for now, that's pretty much all we need to know. And if we want some money, we can go up here and get these. There's some more on the other side as well. I'm not going to bother, it just takes too much time. Okay, so you can see also it's extended back here and caused this little minecart to activate. However, I believe that will actually take us to the next area, whereas this one will lead us to a treasure. So you can pretty much just hop in it and be taken on a ride. We can spin around if we want and have a little fun. And you can also, you know, take out your sword and swing at it and stuff. Yeah, so this is basically going to be our transport in between areas. There are various doors that can only be opened by the minecarts. And this one leads us to a red rupee. There might be some more inside the rocks, but again, I'm not going to bother and see what this guy's got to say. Huh? You're looking for work? Get rid of that funny-looking hat and come back with a helmet. Hey, it's not a funny-looking hat. It's a cool hat. I like my hat. Alright, well, let's get back in. The guy insulted us, so now I'm going to leave. I'm not going to work for him after all. And yeah, also the music gets a slight change. The music for this region is pretty good overall, but whenever you're in kind of a time shift stone affected area, there's a lot more instruments added to it. It's a lot more mechanical sounding. But then when you get out of it, see, it's much more ruin, you know, old dusty relic place sounding. It's pretty cool, actually. I like how it changes like that. It's pretty neat. Just a good little touch there, I think. Alright, so once we get in this one will actually bring us through to the next area. See, this also is the end of the time shift stone's reach. And we have a collectible over here that you want to keep an eye out for. These are ancient flowers. This beautiful flower flourished in the ancient past. Supposedly it glows in the dark. So yeah, ancient flowers are a collectible that can only be found in this region within time shift stone affected areas. So they're not necessarily rare, but they're kind of nice to have. It apparently was full, so let's just go ahead and get rid of that. Oh, that didn't count. No, well. So yeah, we obviously want to try to toss a bomb in the little basket here. There we go. That'll open the way forward. Now, there's also a time shift stone in here. I don't even remember if it's... yeah, I don't even think it's required that you activate it, which is a little strange. But it's in one of these rocks. I'm wanting to say it's this leftmost one over here. Yeah, you can see there it is. So whenever you strike it, it'll kind of shift the focus over a bit. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, only one time shift stone can be active at a time. See, so I don't really know what this one does other than kind of activate these two guys. So, you know, I guess it's not required you find that one. Looks like we got a yellow chew, so... if you want, you can charge up a Skyward Strike and take care of them at range. Of course, I was too close and ended up hitting him anyway. Bombs also work, but I usually don't waste them. Ah, crap, I thought I was about done. I usually don't waste them on the small ones. There will be bigger ones later, though, that can actually be helpful for. Alright, so in this area we've got this quicksand. You can see it drains your stamina very quick, and if you're not sprinting, you'll just get sucked up into it and get sent back to the beginning, so it's kind of a pain. So always be careful around quicksand. Make sure you can make it before you go, because you're not going to get a second chance to turn around. Okay, so we got these various little, I don't know, stone tablet things that we can throw bombs in. So let's go ahead and... Oh, took me to a little cutscene there. Come on, throw the bomb. There we go. Yeah, so we can make it across here. This one hides a little tunnel. It's got a chest in it. However, yeah, it is guarded, so watch out. Do a spin attack there to take care of both of them. And we get some more rupees. You know, there's quite a few rupee chests around, so we're going to be bringing our total back up here. Oh, okay. So I was going to say, it's like nothing in the pot, so that's kind of disappointing. Alright, so let's go back out. Again, be careful of your stamina. That looks short, but I want to make sure I'm full before I attempt it, because I took almost half. Oh, hello. Do not want to do a finishing strike while he's in the quicksand. That would be bad. Alright, so we got to bring this one down, because obviously that goal, that platform over there is our goal. So let's charge up and go. Get the heart. Alright, so I guess we'll just head back for now. Okay, and now we'll go. See, look how much stamina that used. That's such a small gap, but it's really easy to underestimate how much it's going to use. So just make sure to stop and rest at every single platform. Alright, kind of a more open area here. We've got some more of these guys. They're going to shoot lightning bolts at us. And this is basically the reason, yes, see, we can't do anything with Skyward Strikes. We can, however, roll a bomb, and it might be advisable to do so, because those guys can really be a gigantic pain if you're running through quicksand. Alright, so let's see if we can work this out here. Oh, man, alright. Alright, yeah, and I'm too far away for that one to reach me. I can, however, get a bomb over there. Thankfully, bombs don't seem to really be affected by the quicksand. I'm not sure why that is, but I'm thankful for it, at least. Alright, so again, be very careful here. Our goal is to get back over there, so we're going to have to make a couple stops along the way. And it's nice when they put a stamina fruit on it, because you can just get going again. Alright, now this one might be a little close. Okay, that wasn't so bad. Yeah, stamina is a major factor here. Yeah, so here's a bigger one, but it only splits off once. If we can do this right, there we go, we can take both of them out. The problem with doing that, though, is if the little ones hit the ground, they will immediately electrify. So it's very easy to take damage there. Right, so we can pull this minecart out. Obviously, we're going to be hitting a time shift stone in here somewhere. That will cause this to activate, so let's just head on up for now. So we got some keys. I love doing the upward strike. I just like the stance he takes when he does it. I don't know, I like it for some reason. Alright, so we can bomb the rocks here. Obviously, we're going to be using that track. Okay, now when we need to head over here, we got kind of, it looks like kind of a little bowling range here. Thankfully, they give us a bomb flower because we're going to need them. So we can roll the bomb along the way here. There's no real need to blow up the rock in the middle. I kind of spun it there, which was pretty neat. It kind of curved to the left. But either way, obviously, that was our goal, to uncover the time shift stone. I'm also going to take a second to refill here. Alright, we're back up to 10. Now, we want to hit this time shift stone before we try to go across. Obviously, that's way too much quicksand to be able to run. You can use the slingshot or the Beetle. I prefer the slingshot because it's faster, and slingshot ammo doesn't really matter so much right now. Alright, so here we've got a Quadro Baba on the ceiling. We could use the old trick we did before of just shield bashing. But there's another thing I kind of like to do with this guy. Now, if we take a bomb and throw it, he'll pretty much be just completely tempted to catch it, blow himself up in the process. So that's an easy way to take care of the ones. I believe even the ones on the ground will do that as well. So if you're not confident in your shield bashing abilities, then that might be a good idea. Again, I don't really like wasting the bombs that much, though. So are we interested in the time shift stones? Well, perhaps. Oh, that's it. I thought he was going to tell us about them. Okay, I guess he was just asking. If I said yes, he'd be like, okay, that's cool. Alright, so let's continue going here. We've got, we can pretty much take all this out with one well-placed bomb. I always like to do that. Blow up all the pots and the rocks. Nice. And not too much reward. We can also catch these dragonflies here. This is a new type of bug. They're pretty easy to catch. I mean, they can be quick, but in this kind of an area, it's really enclosed, so they don't have a lot of places to go. This is a Gerudo dragonfly. Again, there's going to be a handful of them around this place, so... yeah, so you kind of do want to come up slow, but then you can just swipe at them and get them. And I guess we can do the bomb thing one more time, just because that's funny. If you throw it right, he'll actually catch it in midair, which is kind of fun, but it's kind of hard to do that here. Yeah. Silly thing. I don't know what compels them to just eat that. Like, I really don't understand, but it works, so I guess that's all that matters. Okay, so we got a blue bird feather from that chest. That's just kind of a random rare material chest. But really the whole goal there was just to activate the time shift stone. So as you can see, that will activate the cart over there that we pulled earlier. I think we're going to have, yeah, another Quadrobaba here. We'll just shield bash this one. Since that's easy and doesn't take up a bomb. Alright, so let's hop in the cart and we'll get going. It's always fun to just spin around in place. Okay, so that's going to take us to our next area. We're going to be going back outdoors again. And this is an area that we're going to be seeing quite a lot of. So get used to it. We're going to get a nice little intro scene here. We have arrived at Lanayru Desert. The terrain in this area changed dramatically as climate forces rapidly turned it into a desert. Yeah, and you can kind of tell, you know, just as we activate the time shift stones, everything is very green and very verdant, but it's been turned into this giant desert, so... Just confirmed numerous areas of sink sand, which of course we've already been introduced to, no thanks to her, but bodily danger has increased by 30%, so watch out for that. So our readings indicate Zelda's passed through here. Of course, as previously stated, this area is highly dangerous. Now she's just repeating herself. But it's always good to get these little sweeping cinematics of the areas, you know. Alright, well, new map area one more time so we can guess the drill here. We're of course gonna zoom, 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 and once again, not really rotate, but still make the sound for it. Alright, so first bird statue we've come across outside of the entrance. Definitely want to make sure to get this one. Again, this one's actually kind of important too, because there's something we're going to be coming back here for later, but... Okay, so let's continue on. Now, this is a pretty decent-sized open area, which can be a little bit daunting. You know, I mean, there's a huge place to go through with all this quicksand and stuff there, so... this one can be a little bit tricky to find your way around, but using the right kinds of landmarks, you can get it. Alright, so these guys here are new enemies. We can just basically wait for them to roll into us, do a shield bash, 3 swipes, and they're gone. Bombs also work on them, but it can be kind of hard to get, especially here, like in this kind of big open area where they can see you easily, because, you know, they'll usually roll away. So I generally just prefer waiting and shield bashing and taking care of them that way. And again, this is why we decided to go with the wooden shield instead of the iron one. Obviously, that's not going to help us against electricity, so we would have been in trouble if we were trying to use that. So you can see a couple various things kind of up on these walls, like there's a goddess cube over there, you know, there's a treasure chest up there. A lot of this stuff we're not going to be able to get right now, even though it seems like we should be able to. But we're going to have to wait till later on once we get another item. Alright, so you can see we've got kind of a setup here. We've got one of these things in this cage, and we got some bones laying about. We'll see what those do in a bit, but there is, however, a hole up there. So we want to come around the side of this wall and climb up. And this will get us access to that treasure chest. Oh wow, tumbleweed. Who would put tumbleweed inside of a treasure chest? Like, really? But yeah, tumbleweed is a collectible we can pick up here. Fi's going to explain it to us. I don't really know why. But basically, as you're just walking around this place, tumbleweed will randomly come by you. You can catch it with the bug net. It might be a good idea, too, because it's used, I think, in a couple of different equipment upgrades. So it's good to try to get what you can. You can see the status cube over there, but that's one of the areas we can't get to yet. So for now, let's just focus on what's in front of us. Again, we have this cage over here with a hole in the top, so that seems like a good place to throw a bomb. Oh, threw that one way too early. I was trying to time it out right where it would drop down and hit that time shift stone, but oh well. Okay, so one more bomb and that'll activate this place. We can see what it was like 1,000 years ago. And of course, we've got some friends visiting us. Yes, anytime you see those bones kind of laying about, if you activate a time shift stone in that area, it'll activate these guys. Now, these guys are also a huge pain because they have electrified weapons, and if they block you, you'll get shot. So it's really hard, especially if there's multiple ones, to try to get them without being shocked. So I like to just try to do vertical slices, so that way you don't accidentally do that. But we managed to take out one. I guess we can pick up the heart. There's another thing you can do. Since they can't proceed beyond the boundary here, you can pretty much just sit here and not have to worry about them. Or if you get on this side, you can just knock them past it and they'll turn back into bones. So that can be kind of cool too. And that also counts as defeating them, thankfully. So that'll open up the cages. So yeah, those guys, we're going to be seeing a lot of them around this area. You can either shield bash them, which is very reliable, or if you get to them fast enough, you can start hitting them before they'll start blocking. So a little more risky, but it works most of the time if you get there fast enough. If you hadn't come along, they would have sucked all the electricity out of me. Oh, that wouldn't have been good. So look at that. We have a Beetle. It appears to be an older model of a Lanayru fabrication. Interesting. So as thanks for saving him, he's going to upgrade it for us. Give it here for a second. Oh. Alright, and we get the Hook Beetle. It now has big pincers on the end that enable us to pick up and carry things. Cool. So you press Z while carrying it, and it says bombs away for a reason. That's pretty much what we're going to be using it for. So we can grab things, be careful, of course. Thanks, buddy. So yeah, kind of random equipment upgrade just out of nowhere. You probably weren't really expecting that. But we now have the Hook Beetle, and I guess this would be a decent time to sort of demonstrate it, since there's a bomb up here on this tree. We can now send the Beetle out and pick up things like bombs. Go to one of these, we can look down with Z, drop it with A, right in there. So this is incredibly useful, and we're going to be using the Beetle a lot in this area. So get used to seeing it, I guess. So I might as well pick up the rupee since we unearthed it. I'm not really going to bother getting all these because the Beetle is kind of slow. I mean, there's a way to sort of fix that later, but for now it just kind of takes a while. Alright, so we want to make our way across this little patch of quicksand here. So we're going to have to use the Beetle a couple times in order to open the way. Whoop. There we go. Alright, so there's the first one. Let's go ahead and grab the second one here. And if we want, we can also use it to take out that guy. Might be a good idea, because if he hits you while you're trying to run across sink sand, you'll get sucked into it, and that's not good. So just one more time. Like I said, the Beetle's kind of slow. That's why I don't really like using it that much. Drop it right on the guy and it takes him out, which is nice. And this will let us get through. There we are. And usually there's stuff in the alcoves. The one over there might have a rupee. It might have an amber relic, actually. I'm not sure, but I don't usually bother with it. Oh, blue rupee here. Nice. Alright, and across we go. So if we want, we can head up this thing. I don't think there's really anything valuable here. Yeah, there's just a dig spot further on down. Alright, got a decent amount. I wasn't hopeful after the start there, but no, I guess 11's worth it. Alright, so here's a new enemy, this giant bird thing kind of on a perch. I like this guy because his name is Hrok. I love that name, Hrok. So these Hroks will sit on top of the tree, and if you get close to them, they can do all kinds of things, such as just kind of regurgitate boulders at you. It's kind of interesting. We'll probably see it later, but the good thing about them is you can just grab a bomb. Oh, for some reason, I'm just going back and forth all over the place here. You can grab a bomb and sort of sneak up on them with it. I don't know, the Wii Remote must not be calibrated, because I can't just fly straight, so this is a little... I don't know, my Beetle is a little tipsy, I guess. But you can... And that's going to cause him to freak out and start flying. Alright, well, there goes that one. I guess this thing needs recalibrated, but I guess we can just kind of show what it does. You can see it'll kind of fly around, and if it spots you, you can kind of see it's got this large... Yeah, see, it's actually already pulled out a boulder. It'll just fly over top of you and try to drop it, which you obviously want to avoid. As far as I know, like, I haven't really tried too much with these things, but as far as I know, like, really the only way to take care of them, like, you can shoot them with a slingshot, but that'll just kind of, you know, it'll just kind of annoy them. It doesn't really seem to do anything. There's a tumbleweed, if we can grab it. No, it broke on the tree. So really the only way I've found to deal with them is to just use the bombs. So if you mess up, I guess they're just going to fly around until you take care of them, but... Alright, yeah, and you can also use the bombs to take these things out. And you're going to actually need to here, because the sink sand pit is very large. So we're going to have to use it to run out. And this is actually going to be a little close. Ugh, okay. We're going to use that to run out, kind of rest here, and then get us the rest of the way. There we go. And of course, they will sink into the sand after a certain amount of time, but you have a decent amount of time to rest on them, so it's no big deal. And we will do the same with this one, because as you can see, there's a goddess cube over on the other ledge. And it's nice that they get, again, enemies get scared of the Beetle. I kind of like that. And it's good for this, because it causes them to just stand in place while you drop bombs on them. Okay, I actually ran out of stamina there. That was pretty close. Alright, so then we can use this to continue across and take care of this goddess cube. Nice. And of course, a couple dig spots here and there. Ooh, a red one. Nice. Oh, that was pretty well worth it, huh? Yeah, that one not so much, but 5's alright, I guess. Yeah, and you got these things here. They don't really do a lot if you try to hit them. You can hurt yourself like that, though. However, if you hit them with the Beetle kind of at the top here, they'll usually throw something out at you. Most of the time, hearts, actually. So it's pretty helpful. We got this guy's attention. Oh, I didn't wait long enough. Yeah, it can be annoying if they notice you, because you really, like, need these guys to be in a certain position. So we'll just take it off this way. It's going to take another one after this. Oh, okay, that didn't do it. I figured it would. Oh, wow. Okay, I guess these are pretty weak. So it might be a good idea to just try to use... I probably only needed like 2 more, but I guess we can try to use the Beetle here. There, I had to time that right so he didn't just shake it off inside the shell. Okay, we're not going to be able to make it all the way across there, so I think we're just going to have to try it from over here. Again, like, it gets cut really close. Alright, so yeah, unfortunately, we caused that one to kind of be in a bad position. I think we do need it to actually get across to our destination, so we'll have to... Okay, yeah, I came back. Alright, so if we can keep it there, that should be fine. Yeah, you don't have to drop it right on them anywhere nearby. They'll get killed by the blast, so... Okay, yeah, this is a good spot. Alright, and across we go. Stamina fruit here. And awesome. Alright, so we got a bird statue here, of course, that we want to make sure to tag. This is the West Desert one. And before we continue on, it's probably a good idea to jump up on these ledges over here and kind of make your way back. This is going to lead us to another shortcut. It's been this way in pretty much every region so far. And this is definitely no exception. Once we run to the end of this path, we will have this little... Yeah, there's also some Lanayru ants we can collect here. That might be a good idea, too. They don't really have anywhere to go on this ledge, so... So there we go, another new bug for you. And we'll just grab that one. Those are pretty slow, so they're pretty easy to catch. So we can kind of push this minecart off the edge here. And you can see that'll kind of let us go back through here. I don't think we're ever going to use that shortcut, but if for whatever reason we find ourselves needing it, it's always a good idea to go ahead and make it. Alright, so back where we were, and you can see we've got more sink sand, and I forgot what those guys are called. I know kind of generally it's like an amphilus or something like that, but you can see we've got more of that to deal with, but I think we're actually going to save that for the next part. This looks like a pretty decent place to stop for right now. So next time we'll continue through the Lanayru Desert and see what we find. Until then, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.